Okay, one game with a new reality check. It's got the 4K fast finish out the box. I haven't changed it at all. So, let's see what we got. I've been bowling with it for a little bit. It stands up pretty hard. I feel like it might be a little cleaner than the Infinite I've got drilled. But it tends to stand up and be a little sharper, I think, down the back part of the lane. I've got the same layout. I've got that 5x4x2 layout. Well, that was a filthy grab. But yeah, so I've been working on making some changes, and it's a little difficult to keep track of all of them and try and do a ball review at the same time. So if I have a few bad shots, please forgive me on that one. So yeah, the reality check's got a new cover. It's got a hybrid S84, but it's the S84 beta. Don't really know what that means, but that's what we're at. It's got the same weight block from the altered and the original reality. I think it's pretty aggressive down the lane. That's the one thing I'm really noticing from it. It does seem to be pretty forgiving with my ball speed. Like, if I throw it a little fast, it still wants to hook, which is obviously a good start. There we go, that's good. Whew. Man, it hooks a lot. It even seems to come off it pretty sharp when I stay up the back of it. I feel like when I get round it with this core, it really makes it shove through the front and be like super angular off it. And that's kind of what I'm trying to get away from. So this ball's good for me because I can stay up the back of it and it's really continuous. Maybe a bit more continuous than the Infinite is. Whew. Tripping forwards like Arturo on the PBA League. Where would I see this fitting? Well, I've been throwing the altered, and I'll throw a few shots with that at the end. The altered is way further down the lane than this one. Way weaker overall as well. There we go. Ooh, it still almost got back. Threw that one way to the right. How awesome was the PBA League show? Norton Duke couldn't really find his rhythm on the show. But how do those old guys do that? Like every time, Johnny did it, like Waller Ray did it, Pete did it. Every time they have that one last shot, everybody watches them. They strike every time. It's unbelievable. Anyway, back to the reality check. But I keep calling the reality strike for no reason. Maybe it's just because it strikes. I don't know. Much more around it. Much more around it. All right, so we had a strike, spare triple, spare strike. will give me the spare for that one. Let's start messing around with a few of the other balls. Original Reality, same layout. I've got a shiny surface on this one. See, that one digs in and then kind of hook stops. It's kind of what you'd expect from that. The solid cover versus the hybrid cover. See what the altered does off that. Thank you. See what we can get out of an altered. Same spot. See, that's what I see a lot out of my altered. It goes longer, but it's like its hook window is really short, so it like hook stops. It like hooks violently and then goes forward. I don't really see that so much out of this Reality Check. That's the one I'm pressing with Baker to try and get rid of. Super forward with my head. Such a bad shot. Let's ignore that one. Pretend that one isn't there. Shows the ball won't come back automatically though. All right. Let's actually put a decent shot in here to give you a comparison. There we go. So for me, this fits between the altered and the original Reality. I almost think that this might be the most continuous of the three. Let me throw this Infinite. It might have a touch more surface on it, but it's in the right ballpark. I think that's probably the closest to the Reality Check. I would say that the altered is a touch earlier. It definitely doesn't stand up quite as hard. It's strange to say, the Reality Check might be quicker off the spot, but it might actually continue a bit more as well, from what I've seen so far. As I got further left, the Reality Check definitely helped me out the most. So, I'll throw the altered off that, a little slower, get around it a little more and see what she does. I still don't think that comes around the corner as hard. I feel like that altered is stops more, but anyway, I think that's a review for me for the altered, the Reality Check, the Reality, and then even a bit of Infinite Physics thrown in.